Welcome to a step and a half paint correction.
I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today we're going to go into doing a paint correction, or enhancement is probably the better term. But this vehicle has seen, shall we say, better days. It has scratches here and there. So we're going to do a quick inspection, find those deeper scratches and gouges, but we're not going to go over the whole car trying to do 2 steps.
Well, the whole thing at the beginning was like a step and a half, felt very awkward to me.
Right.
Usually I'm a 2-step guy. I want to go all the way and then all the way. Compound, polish out. But your method is, hey, we got the shiny car. It's already shiny.
It's already shiny, it's already decontaminated. We've done a lot of work to this already. We did a good spring cleaning, and the video's in the description below. But what we're going to be doing is there's some deep scuffs on this vehicle, and there's some scratches that are through the paint into the primer, so we're not going to be able to address those. But the ones that we are able to address, we will. And there's one that looks like a garage door that's scraped along the back of the trunk lid. There are some deeper gouges in the front here. There's some on the back bumper. We're going to address those with the 555 method and then level everything out with the gold standard waffle pad.
Why don't we do it and explain it along the way?
Exactly. So we take our inspection light, and the inspection light reveals things that without it you don't see. Like right here on this bumper, there's a nice semicircle scratch and one there.
2 things I don't see very often from you: using an inspection light and encouraging the use of tape. So why are we doing this?
Just so we know where they are. If you're doing this by yourself, just go along and identify, correct as you go. But we want to show you how many spots there actually are on this vehicle. So yeah, there's another one there that we see, and it continues, but we don't need to put tape there.
It's just
we know it's a continuation of that one. There's one there.
Just the areas where it looks like it's kind of going through the clear a little bit, you know, like white marks. We may not get them all, as you say, but
there's some, looks like they opened the door into a post more than once.
It's wild how shiny this paint is because it's not a very old vehicle. I mean, it's got like 20-some thousand miles, right?
Right. Relatively low mileage, but lots of scuffs.
Lots of scuffs. Here we go. Put that on there. How's my tape doing? Does it matter how I do this?
You want to make it easy to remove, so don't just flatten it down on the surface.
Exactly.
We don't want to leave residue.
So just a quick little guy, boom.
Yeah, and if your tape is particularly sticky, just roll it out a little bit, put it up against your shirt. That'll remove some of the stick to it.
And if you have employees too, this is a good way for, with human error, to just
identify.
Ivan, we've gone around this vehicle. We've put yellow tape where we see all these scuffs. It's a strange vehicle because it's so shiny and yet it's so beat up.
Right.
What I think we should do now is get to work.
Right. So I'm going to man the wool pad on the 555 method, and you can start polishing behind me. So once I've got a section done, then what Nick is going to do is just refine the surface. Wipe it off, and we're going to be using ceramic gloss as our topper here. Now, I have my cart already set up. Having my cart set up means I can get working a little faster than Nick. But Nick has to wait for me anyways. On this plastic surface, I didn't do the 555 method. Plastic is very, very sensitive to heat, and the heat builds up a lot faster than it does on the metal parts of the vehicle. So I just went at it with the wool pad, and we're gonna get the result that we've got. Now normally, Nick would wipe off and use ceramic gloss immediately. But in this case, since we're doing it as a team, he can continue polish behind me, then I'll follow behind where he is and do the ceramic gloss and wiping off the polish residue.
I like it, Ivan.
Again, on the bumper, not being very aggressive because this is plastic. Plastic doesn't dissipate the heat as much. Now we have these two very deep scuffs. We're just gonna give them a quick try. This one we might be able to do something with, but this one is way too deep. We're able to reduce the appearance of it, but no, it hasn't removed everything, and that's not the intention. This one needs touch-up paint. Here we have this scuff, but we also have the parking sensor here. You don't want to be polishing on the parking sensor, so I have to be careful of that. And just get this scuff and maybe this deeper one here. Again, plastic, so I'm not going to be going at it very aggressive. One here. Back here's the worst damage on the vehicle. We have many, many lines. We'll see what we can do. I'm gonna clean my pad, reload the polish, and give it one more little pat. Yes, there's still scuff marks there. But if I go beyond that, I might damage the vehicle. It's not something we want to do. Back here, well, this is where this was really bad. Now I'm not going to do the 5-5-5 method on this. I'm just going to go at it gently, but with the wool pad, and see if I can round over these scuffs to make it clearer instead of having these white lines. Let's give ourselves a little preview here. No more need to replace the emblem. This one here is a little more difficult. I don't want to be polishing on this satin chrome, so I have to get the machine in here. There we go. We have one here that'll be relatively easy to take away. And there's one here that's a little sharper, deeper line. So I'll start with that one since I have more polish on my pad, and then I'll transition over to this one. Now that this plastic is cooled down from the first pass, I'm just gonna give it one more light pass. As Nick continues to polish, I'm done the preliminary step, or shall we say the more aggressive step, or the half step. Now I'm gonna be going with a rinseless dampened towel over the surface, wiping off the polish residue, and while it's still damp, one little spray of ceramic gloss wipe it with a dry towel, and that section is done. And I just need to keep moving around the vehicle like that.
Ivan,
Yes, sir.
such a rewarding part to put tire dressing on a polished vehicle.
Yeah,
We're just dialing it in at the end.
the cherry on the sundae, the icing on the cake.
Just a couple sprays. Once it's primed, you don't need much. Certain tires are more receptive, I feel like, to tire lotion. I don't know why.
Well, actually, the older the tire is, the more receptive it is. New
Really?
tires have the mold release on them that makes them a little more difficult to dress.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How did I not know that? The more you know.
This thing wasn't so shiny when it was new. Nick, what do you think?
I think it looks phenomenal.
Right, we've improved it dramatically. It's got a lovely gloss to it now. It's got shine. Those scratches, if you get really close, you can probably find them. But they're not jumping out at us anymore.
This paint just pops.
Right. It's a beautiful green. It's different. It's not, your grays and blacks and burgundies that you see everywhere. It's a unique color. And if you like unique vehicles, what do you think about this one here?
Ooh, I think you're gonna want to check it out right now.